Okay, good morning, everyone. We're here for the regular council meeting. Unfortunately, my camera is not working right now, but we will go into the introductions and then go right into the meeting. We have with us Councillor Jason Bondarchuk,
Good morning.
Councillor Janine Boulanger,
Morning.
Councillor Shane Pelletier,
Good morning.
Councillor Joel Lemoine.
Good morning.
In the council chambers, we have CEO Mitch DeVal.
Morning.
And off camera, Dominic Lemoine, the Assistant CEO.
Morning.
And again, myself, Chris Ewan, without a camera. Hopefully it comes on soon here. So going into the meeting, item number 1, meeting called to order. Do I have a mover? Councillor Shane Pelletier, second. Councillor Joel Lemoine, thank you. Questions before I open the meeting for October 2nd? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Aye, that's carried 5-0. Thank you. Open the meeting at 9:01 a.m. Item 2, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Boulanger, thank you. Do we want to go straight to the delegation council or just continue as is? Delegation?
We could probably do the delegation right off the bat.
Okay, sounds good. We will move the agenda item to delegation next. So with that change, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried 5-0. Moving on to 7.1 with Bridget from Food Cycler, the pilot results. Bridget, you can turn your camera on if it works and your microphone and take it away.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm just going to share my screen here. Okay. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My screen is just freezing here for a second. Needs to do that. Okay. Looks like it's working. Good morning, Mr. Mayor, members of council and staff. My name's Bridget Carady, and I'm the Municipal Program Coordinator at Food Cycle Science. I'm really thrilled to be back here in front of council this morning to present you your Food Cycler pilot program results. Before we get started, I'd like to give you a short recap about who we are. So Food Cycle Science is a Canadian company based out of Ottawa, and we're 100% focused on food waste diversion solutions. We do this using our innovative technology called the Food Cycler, which is sold directly to consumers, to schools through nonprofit organizations, and to municipalities through our Municipal Solutions program. We're proud to say that in 2024, we were selected as one of the Deloitte Fast 50 Clean Tech Award winners, and we ranked 108th on the Globe and Mail's Canada's Top Growing Companies. As a company, we're also really proud to say that as of today, we've partnered with over 150 municipalities across Canada. When Richat joined, you were the 134th municipality to pilot the solution, and we want to acknowledge and thank you for your willingness to trial this innovative solution to the long-standing problem that is food waste. In summary, a pilot program was run in Richat that included 100 participating households. The net cost to the municipality was $10,000 plus tax and shipping. The program ran between May to July, where residents purchased a food cycler from the municipality. They tracked their usage for 12 weeks, and then they completed a final survey to provide valuable data and their feedback about the program. We were able to collect a total of 86 survey responses. Typically, response rates are often anywhere between 75 and 80%. So this 86% is a lot higher than expected, and it speaks to your community's strong engagement and interest in the program. When we asked participants where their food waste went prior to using the food cycler, 57% of residents answered that most of their food waste went into the garbage. An equal ratio reported that they composted their food waste, with half of them composting all year round, while the other half was only able to do so during the warmer months. For the people who did not backyard compost, the vast majority chose not to due to concerns about the work and maintenance involved. A lot of people also reported concerns with wild animals, odors, and a lack of space. And these answers are very much in line with a lot of the data that we collected through our municipal programs over the years. And the Food Cycler is a great solution to these problems because it's easy to use, it's odorless, and the byproduct prevents wildlife encounters. Based on the survey results, 49% of the participants chose the FC30 model, which is the smaller unit, and 51% selected the Eco5 model, which is the larger one. Based on the data that we collected for your diversion rates, your residents ran an average of 3.49 cycles per week on their FC30s and 3.31 cycles per week on their Eco5s. This translates to approximately 264.5 kilograms of food waste per household annually, which means that in total, Richat is diverting 26.5 metric tons of food waste from the landfill each year with just 100 food cyclers in your community. When looking at this from a carbon emissions standpoint, 100 food cyclers in Richat will divert 34.4 metric tons of CO2e annually, which is the equivalent to the carbon sequestered by just over 40 acres of forest each year. When we asked residents about the number of garbage bags they generated prior to using the food cycler, the reported average was 2.2, and then after using the food cycler, it was 1.4. This translates to residents generating approximately 0.8 fewer standard garbage bags per week, which is a reduction of 41.6 garbage bags per household annually. Now, just to put that into perspective, with just 100 food cyclers in your community, there are now over 4,000 fewer garbage bags being hauled to your landfill each year. When we asked users if the increased awareness of food waste motivated them to waste less food, the overwhelming majority said that it did. When people are managing their food waste at home, they become a lot more aware of how much food they're wasting because they can see it. We always say that the most effective waste diversion strategy is to not generate any in the first place, so the increased awareness that comes with this program is really important. When asked if the municipality were to offer a food cycler program at a low or no cost, 95% of residents indicated that they think their friends and family and neighbors would participate. And when we asked them if the municipality were to offer a municipal service to divert food waste, 72% indicated that their preferred method would be a food cycler program. And then this slide is pretty self-explanatory and really demonstrates the success of the program. 100% of participants will continue using the food cycler as a solution to their food waste moving forward. This level of participation far exceeds any other organic waste management solution out there today. For example, here in Ottawa, we have a green bin program that offers a weekly curbside pickup, and that only has a 57% participation rate. And when we look at backyard composting, which is available to everyone with the space to use it, the rate of adoption has been stagnant for decades. So this 100% participation rate in this pilot program is really encouraging, and it speaks to the willingness of your residents to adopt this program as a solution to managing their food waste. Overall, residents rated this pilot program 4.7 stars out of 5, with 70% rating it 5 stars. And this is a testament to all the hard work that you've put into the planning and launching of the pilot. And I'd like to say that it's been great working with your staff, in particular Dominique Lemoine. The organization and positive energy that she brought to the program really played into the success of it. So on behalf of myself and Food Cycle Science, I'd like to thank you. In the survey, we asked for written feedback and comments from the participants. While there were a lot to choose from, we like to be transparent and start with a sample of some of the more constructive and helpful comments that we can learn from. So here we can see that some people wished for a larger food cycler, while some others felt that the cost of the unit and the filters were high or might prohibit others from being able to participate in the pilot. We did receive a significant amount of positive feedback, and I'd like to take the time to read a couple of those out to you right now. One person here said, "We love our food cycler and use it very often. It feels great not putting all that waste into the garbage, and we've reduced our garbage by at least half." And then another person said, "We were already looking for composting alternatives. We're very happy the municipality is promoting composting, and we will support it in any manner available." So to recap, we have 26.5 metric tons of food waste being diverted per year from the 100 food cyclers in your community, a reduction of 41.6 garbage bags per household per year. As a result of the program, 78% of participants are now motivated to waste less food, and 100% of participants will continue to use their food cyclers going forward as a way to manage their food waste. So before we look at some next steps, first I'd like to talk a little bit about the City of Nelson, BC. They're the first municipality to adopt the Food Cycler as a community-wide organics management solution. So following the success of their pilot phase, they're now putting a Food Cycler in every home in their city of 11,000 people. And some of the resources that we put into place there to support that program include refill stations in grocery stores where residents can access free carbon pellets for their filters. There's an on-site Food Cycler repair program. There are conveniently located bear-proof bins where residents can go and drop off any unused byproduct. There's an e-waste recycling program as well as an extensive education program. So all of that to say that the possibilities for an expansion are pretty vast, and we'd love the opportunity to discuss some expansion options with you to increase the impact in your community. So regarding some next steps, first, we're thrilled to announce that we just launched our newest Food Cycler called the Eco 3. This one has a bucket capacity of 3.5 liters, and it has the same high efficiency grinding system as the Eco 5. Next, we've developed an emissions calculator with a third party called Climate Partner. This tool calculates the environmental impact of a Food Cycler over the course of its lifespan, and it compares it to the emissions that are avoided through the food waste it diverts from the landfill. So this tool would be provided to you at no additional cost. And we've also initiated a project with a third-party consulting company called Cambium to develop a toolkit for municipalities to use as they consider the cost of a Food Cycler program versus the landfill and a curbside green bin program. We'd love to continue working with Richat and hope to build on the pilot program's success by proposing a tailored expansion that demonstrates that Food Cyclers are a proven, impactful, and economically responsible solution for your community. Today, I ask that you kindly accept this presentation as information, and if there's any interest in exploring the option to expand, to please refer this to a staff member so we can work with them and put together a recommended expansion plan and a proposal. Thank you so much for having me present this to you today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I can answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much, Brigitte. I'll open it up for council or even administration. Do you guys have any follow-up questions or thoughts?
Quick question, Brigitte. The why you don't compost, the list is fairly lengthy, but that 25%, what came out of those?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would have to sort through all of those answers, but I can send those to you, absolutely.
Okay, just curious. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, Janine Belanger here. I have a question about the my personal experience with the animals. You say it there's less wildlife interaction with the composting. However, dogs really love to dig up my garden bed and grab whatever I've thrown in there. Is there a method that I should be following to eliminate that, or I have to figure something out because I can't have the dogs going in there.
Yes, I definitely know what you mean. I also have a dog, and she definitely can get into some of the garden if I haven't mixed it at the proper ratio. So oftentimes what it means is that you just have to cut the ratio down a little bit. And what also helps is actually mixing the byproduct into your soil, letting it sit for a little bit before actually putting it into your garden. So that way it has time to break down and go through the whole process. And then that way it will help reduce quite a bit your dog being attracted to the smell of it.
Okay, great. Thanks for those tips. That's good.
Perfect. Anything else from council?
Bridget, if you could send a bit more info over on what Nelson is doing, that would be awesome.
Yes, I can absolutely do that.
Thank you.
Perfect. I think that's it, Bridget. Again, thank you. I mean, I was one of the users and I absolutely love the equipment. I think most of council used it as well. So it's definitely something that I recommend to anyone that doesn't have it currently, and hopefully we can work together in the future.
Great. That's fantastic to hear. Thanks so much for having me today.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Great. You too. Thank you.
Okay, after the delegation, now we will go back to item 3, adoption of the minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second Councillor Pelletier. Thank you.
The last regular council meeting was held on September 18th. Council passed 3 variations and 3 conditional uses. Just want to bring to council's attention, as part of the shared notes of C-19/2024, regarding, I believe it was the dog grooming business. Clause number 4, I still need to do a little bit of tweaking on that front. So basically what I would like it to say is, and I'm just going to call up the shared notes here, is that all pets being groomed are to be kept inside the residence after drop off and prior to pickup, but of course, can be put outside for Mother Nature's business and are expected to be back inside once completed. The owner had concerns regarding that statement, and I think we could work something out. The intention is to minimize the barking outside. Other than that, the rest of the minutes are good as is.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Council, any comments, questions, edits? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried. Thank you. Item 4, committee reports and minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Bondarchuk.
Councillor Bodnarchuk presented 4 committee reports, 3 groups: the Reach Out Library, the Red River Weed Board, and the Reach Out Senior Services for councils.
Thank you. Council, any comments, questions on those reports?
I just have a comment about the Red River Weed Board. Thank you, Jason, for putting this together. I think we mentioned this before and we'll be discussing it at Public Works, but I really encourage you guys to really read this. And this is, in my opinion, a serious situation. So.
Thank you, Councillor Belanger. Anything else from council? I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried. Thank you. 5.1, accounts paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnarchuk, second. Councillor Pelletier. Thank you.
We have 3 batches, 19-147, the amount of 1,400. 19-171 EFTs of $155, and 19-180, the total amount of $56,000. The big bill in there is a company called Meter Corp, which is our new software, utility self-read meter software that council authorized in July.
Perfect. Thank you. Council, any comments or questions?
Comment. Thank you, Mr. CAO. That was one of my questions, so thanks for explaining that.
Perfect. Okay, I will call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried. Thank you. 5.2, accounts not paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second. Councillor Lemoine.
4 batches, 19-193, $20. Batch 19-194, $24. 19-195, $604,000, and 19-196 in the amount of $17,000. For the 604, there is a summary provided, basically for 4 vendors that total $493,000.
Thank you. Council, any comments or questions? No. Call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried 5-0. Thank you. 5.2.1, council indemnities. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second. Councillor Belanger.
Indemnities for the month of September prepared by Mohammed range from 9 to 26 hours. Nothing to report of concern.
Thank you. Council, any discussion? No. Call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried. Thank you. 5.3, payroll to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Belanger, thank you.
Payroll 19, a little bit of overtime for admin, and surprisingly very little for Public Works.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. CEO. Council discussion, comments?
Down here.
No. Call for the question. All those in favor? Aye. That's carried 5-0. I think that brings us to a quick end here at item 12, adjournment. Do I have a mover? Counselor Pelche, second Counselor Lemoine. Thank you. Final thoughts, comments? Seeing none, I will call for the question. All those in favor, aye. That is carried. I will close the meeting at 9:20 a.m. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your week. Please stop recording.